The reason this video is because I'll tell you why I don't vote. I've never voted since the age of 18, 19. I voted once. And there's a little backstory about it. I was 18, 19. I went to the polling station. This was for the general elections, national, in the UK. And I went to the poll station. There was an older woman and a younger lad. Well, he was older than us because we were 18, 19. He was about 20 odd. And I was sitting there and asked him, I says, you know, when you vote, I says, who counts the vote? She says, well, and this says, oh, such and such, the name, like sort of a, who counts the votes. I say, so the same people you're voting for count the votes? She went, yes. Yes. So I say, so what's stopping them from, like, truly counting these votes? That means they're in a position to manipulate the votes. Yes or no? She says, yes, that's right, they are. Says, but they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that. I thought myself, if you look back at history now, right, all the years when politicians have said we're going to do this and do that and make it easier for people living and cut taxes, and they just outright lie. Why should we trust any of them? Don't they just lie all the time? And there's another fine example, and I've never voted since then. And there's another fine example. People actually think votes matter. Votes do not matter. That's my opinion. I'm not saying it's true or false, but votes do not matter at all. Prime ministers and MPs are selected, they're not elected. It's as simple as that. Democracy is just a word that they use to make you feel that you're just doing your bit by voting, when reality is they're not even counting your vote. It's going in the bin. It's as simple as that. It's different in the UK to the USA. USA is different where they've got people who count the votes or volunteers and stuff like that, and they use these machines. In the UK, the general public volunteers don't count the votes. Actually, I want to see who counts the UK votes. That's interesting. Who counts the UK votes for national elections? Polling staff will close the polling station 10 p.m. Once everyone's in the queue by 10 minutes voted. When the polls are closed, by who? Counts are managed by relevant returning officer responsible for that election. So your own government, you're voting for to get, say, let's say you are a reform voter. I don't vote. I'm just mentioning them. It's one party. Conservatives, Labour, Green Party, and whoever else. The same people you're voting for count the votes. So why do you think that your government's going to count them fairly? I'm intrigued. Please tell us in the comments below, because I'm intrigued why you think you're going to make a difference with your vote. And if you look at Reform Party, it's mostly Labour and Conservatives that have jumped ship. So they're laughing at you. And you can't even see it. That's what gets us. Why do people actually take out that time and effort and stress and anxiety to go and vote for these people that are already pre-selected by the people who rule the world? It's as simple as that. Do you really think they're going to let someone come in and be the Prime Minister or President of your country without them saying so? It's never, it's never going to happen. Votes don't matter. I don't vote for anything. To be honest, local elections, I have voted once or twice over 30 years. And then we've had, even with local regional elections, there's been people saying within the councillors, within the local council, that they're rigging the votes and rigging the counting. So there's even councillors being accused of that at the regional elections. So if they're doing it in regional elections or suspected of doing it, they're going to do it in the national elections. It's as simple as that. I'm really gobsmacked how people actually think votes matter. They don't. Your vote doesn't matter. Your opinion doesn't matter. The world will be ruled by the people in power, and then they'll say who's going to rule it, when, and how. It's as simple as that. And politicians don't make decisions. They just don't make big. That's why a politician promises something, and they backtrack a couple of weeks later or days later. Think, bloody hell, he promised that, or she promised that, and they backtrack because they're just front men and women for the people who rule the world. Votes don't matter. That's why I don't vote. It's as simple as that. I just don't understand why people are voting this day and age. I actually think some of the numbers of how many people vote are actually rigged. I reckon it's an illusion. They tell us that like a high percentage of the countries actually voted when they haven't. Because I know loads of people that don't vote. I do speak to people who do vote, and I think, why are you voting when you really think they're going to count the votes in a fairly way? Your government doesn't work like that. And there's signs to tell you that. There has been for decades signs and incidents that they haven't got your best interest in heart. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest. They pretend to have by coming out with words of democracy and you can vote to empower you. It's all fake. It's all illusion. This is just my opinion. I'm not saying this is facts. Far from it. This is just for entertainment purposes. But yes, my opinion is votes don't matter. It's as simple as that. So why vote? Look at Reform. All of them, that's Conservatives jumped over and that. People like you dislike, but you still voted for Reform. Yeah, hey, crazy times we're living, isn't it? Crazy, crazy times. So the psyops continues with an illusion that votes, that every Joe average day person, man and woman, family, votes don't matter. Your penny doesn't count. It's as simple as that. Yeah. I thought I'd just put it out there. This is my opinion. It's not facts. I've got no evidence to back it up. But the same people that you vote at the polling station, the same people that you're voting for are counting the votes. Do you think it's going to be fair? Do you really think that? Really? Do you think the government, ask yourself this, do you think the government are fair towards you? You're getting taxed to death. You've got to pay this, pay that, poll tax, council tax, corporation tax. Is that fair? Not, isn't it? So you really think they're going to count the votes fairly? I'll let you decide on that. Put the comments below. Catch us on the next one. Come very soon.